An essential question that home sellers often ask and should consider is how to prepare for selling a home. The process for selling a home has changed dramatically since the world went digital. And now, after a historic seller's market, today's selling plan requires adjustments compared to the last few years. I must warn you that in my 30-plus years of selling homes, I find that sellers typically are clueless about these stages. They think that once they sign with a realtor, the process will unroll smoothly. Unfortunately for the ill-prepared seller, stress and chaos ensue. Don't end up being that frustrated home seller who failed to prepare correctly. There are 7 critical steps to selling a home, and the primed homeowner who understands these steps will fare much better than others. When you decide to move, you should know there is a general process that the sale will undergo, so preparing ahead of time to meet each stage successfully can often put extra money in your pockets while also reducing your stress level. The 7 critical steps in selling your home today include the following: pre-marketing, marketing preparation, going live in the MLS, contract negotiations, home inspections, post-inspection negotiations, and preparation for closing. Each step requires homeowners to do specific tasks or provide certain documentation, so let's address each segment individually to prepare you for what you need to do. Step 1. Pre-marketing the home. Pre-marketing is perhaps the most crucial step in the home selling process. I've written about pre-marketing and produced videos on it too, as I see pre-marketing as the most often overlooked step in the home selling process by both homeowners and listing agents alike. So what is pre-marketing? It's everything you and your listing agent do to promote your home before it's available. This is the marketing that attracts multiple buyers to compete for the home the moment it becomes available. It's important to understand that you must pre-market the home regardless of market conditions to attract most buyers possible. With more than 30 years of selling homes in Tallahassee, I can tell you that there will always be a first buyer who's most willing to pay top dollar for the home. We refer to this buyer as the neighborhood stalker, and it's usually somebody who's been waiting for a home in your area to hit the market. Often, this first buyer is somebody who bid on a previous listing and lost it, so the motivation level and willingness to pay top dollar to avoid losing your home is very high. Pre-marketing is not crucial in attracting the neighborhood stalker, but it's the magic ingredient ensuring that the neighborhood stalker has competition and, more importantly, knows that the competition for the home will be fierce. Pre-marketing ensures that you get a better offer from the neighborhood stalker. How often have you heard that a home sold right away and yet there was only one offer? Most likely from the stalker. To get top dollar for your home, you need multiple buyers competing for the rights to your home. If you get just one offer, you will negotiate with the buyer. But if you get multiple offers, the buyers will negotiate for the right to buy your home. Which scenario do you think is best for you? Remember, your home is not actively listed for sale in the MLS during pre-marketing, so you can go about your business of preparing the home physically for the sale. Additionally, you can prepare the required documents your agent instructs you to fill out. For example, you'll need to complete a seller's property disclosure statement. The bulk of your pre-marketing is done with simple pictures of the home featured on the local Coming Soon website for homes. I've included a link below to the Coming Soon website in Tallahassee. It has thousands of people subscribed who get notifications right away when we pre-market a new listing. Step 2. Marketing preparation. Any agent with a decent amount of experience will walk you through your home and help you develop a list of to-dos so that your home is featured at its best. Typically, I do not recommend spending a lot of money preparing your home for the market, as the money you spend is not guaranteed to come back. There are profitable tweaks that you can make, but major changes are typically a mistake. Ensure you pick a listing agent who knows the difference between improving the home for the sale versus improving the home for the sale profitably. Note that the front of your home and lawn is seen first by visiting buyers and in images online, so you don't want to forget to spruce up the yard and flower beds in time for professional pictures to be taken. Once your home has been cleaned up and prepared to be listed, marketing preparation goes into full force. A professional photographer is brought in to take quality pictures, and the real estate listing agent's marketing team produces a bunch of ads and images to use across digital platforms that will produce interest in your home. You should also inquire about the listing agent providing a 3D tour of your home and, for certain properties, a camera-equipped drone flight to capture your property from above. It's important to emphasize that professional photos be taken, as how your home looks on the internet will determine how many people want to come physically to tour your home, and that, in turn, will show the neighborhood stalker that there is high interest and competition for the property. Step 3. Going live in the MLS. This is the stage where we tell the world you're now open for business. Do not surprise the market with a random time and date your listing hits the market. Instead, use a countdown timer on your coming soon pre-marketing promotions so that everybody knows the exact second your home will be available. Think of your home as a product and then have your agent promote it like Apple would promote a new iPhone. Most of the promotion occurs during pre-marketing, and if successful, you receive offers immediately. Wouldn't it be great to only have your home available for buyers for just a few days? That is often the case with homes that are pre-marketed successfully. Going live in the MLS should be anticlimactic. If the home has been aggressively pre-marketed for several weeks, the buyers in the market will be licking their chops to get in as soon as you go live. This will help you secure a quicker contract and reduce the time you need to make your home available for buyers. Strangers in your home. If you're a longtime subscriber, then you know I answer viewer questions like today's topic because your feedback tells me a lot about consumer concerns in the real estate market. Please keep your questions coming. If you're not a subscriber, please click the thumbs up like button and subscribe now so that you get all my new content when it is fresh. If you want to know what's going on in housing, to see and hear the data explained, or to get answers to frequently asked questions, then subscribe now and I'll keep you in the know. Step 4. Contract negotiations. The middle step in selling a home occurs when you receive your first offers. This is yet another time where you'll lean heavily on your experience and trust of your listing agent, so choose your listing agent wisely. The way you negotiate with buyers should reflect your position in the market. If it's a seller's market for your home, you will respond with much more strength than if your home is surrounded by available inventory. You should understand your market position before pre-marketing. Don't learn about it after receiving an offer, or worse, after having failed to receive an offer. It has been my experience that home sellers do not spend enough time discussing negotiation strategy with their listing agents. Thus, when an offer comes in, they focus on the wrong things. To get top dollar in a negotiation, you must understand how your home fits into the grand scheme of the overall market. For a successful negotiation, position your home to get multiple offers. It takes the pressure off of you as the home seller and puts it on the competing shoulders of the prospective buyers. A top-notch listing agent will provide clear guidance on positioning your home for a top dollar sale. Step 5. Home inspections. When you and a buyer agree to a price and terms, one of those terms will usually include language that allows the buyer to inspect the home before committing to a closing. If the home is not as the buyer expects, the buyer will have the ability to walk away from the purchase. Knowing this, it is wise in most cases for homeowners to order a home inspection during the pre-marketing stage. If professionally done, the home inspection becomes a to-do list for the homeowner before the home goes live. The home inspection is packaged with receipts or proof of correction to buyers during negotiations to let them know that the home was recently inspected and all important issues have been corrected. Often, buyers will be satisfied with this and forego their inspection rights. When you sell your home, it does not have to be in perfect condition. It just has to be in a condition consistent with your pricing, with every system in good working order. It's far better to ensure that ahead of time than have a buyer get told by an inspector that the home is in worse shape than the buyer thought when the contract was executed. Step 6. Post-inspection negotiations. Post-inspections typically surprise home sellers working with less than ideal listing agents. Most sellers think a deal is a deal, even though the purchase agreement allows for home inspections. If the language in the contract says the buyer can cancel the agreement, it opens discussions for additional negotiations in the future when the home fails to produce a perfect home inspection. As with many other points I've made, post-inspection negotiations are where you will lean heavily on the experience of your listing agent. You'll want to know which new asks from the buyer are reasonable in today's market conditions and which ones you should reject. It's likely that you'll be agitated, nervous, or both at this point, so you want a trusted ally at your side who handles post-inspection negotiations regularly. You'd be amazed at hearing the stories of what we've seen from inexperienced agents during these final negotiations. Step 7. Preparation for closing. There's an old quote that says, "The temptation to quit will be greatest just before you're about to succeed." And that happens regularly in high-stress real estate transactions. The sale or purchase of a home is often among your most expensive decisions, so following a process that reduces stress levels is paramount. When buyers ask sellers to do more than the contract requires, sellers are often ready to tell them to pound sand. But a good listing agent will show you how to reject the buyer's request without making it personal, and hopefully keeping the sale together. Home sellers will get a checklist of items needed for closing from their listing agents, and my recommendation is get them done sooner rather than later. If you have existing liens on the property, the law firm or title company preparing the closing documents will need the contract information of all interested parties. Your requirements during the closing activity segments are few, so keep it simple and get them done as quickly as possible. If you're like many sellers, you'll be going through the buyer's side of negotiations at the same time for your next home. You'll likely need to vacate your home before the date of closing, so organizing your next move will require most of your time. After going through each step, you probably noted a common theme. First and foremost, your listing agent is a crucial ally during each stage of the home selling process. The agent you choose for selling your home will be the difference maker between you selling smoothly for top dollar versus selling under stress and leaving money on the table. Take the time to read reviews on Google and then interview the top few agents you find. The reason that reviews are so critical is that you are getting the opinion of home sellers that came before you, so you have the advantage of hiring one that typically delivers very favorable results. Each step in the home selling process requires you to be prepared, so follow the guidance I've provided and you'll be a very happy, successfully sold home seller in your next real estate transaction. If you want to see a video featuring a horrible mistake that most home sellers make when pricing their homes, you can view it by clicking on the box in the top left corner of your screen. To see a recent video debunking 6 housing market rumors, just click on the box below it. Please remember to like this video, check out the links below it, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss anything.